Hello. Hello, hello. We are live right now. I'm just about to go into the dark. You'll not be able to see me, which is probably a good thing. Just come up to the cattle. I was just going to come up to check them and do a quick view video, but I've got distracted. I'm going to scrape out the passage because I'm away tomorrow. Not sharp, but I've got time now. I'll do it now. Here's my coos. Hey beasts. I might just bed them as well while I'm here because they're due to be bedded tomorrow morning. I told gate lady to be up here for 10 minutes. I lied. Straight out lie. You have to do that. Need to grab the forklift. So we're going to go into darkness again, but we'll be live for a wee while, and I've not done a video in the last few days because I've not pulled my finger out. Hey ho, it happens. Hopefully some lights will pop on. There they are. They're motion sensors. We've had issues though. We blew, there's 3 of them run down there, and we blew them because of, we've got kind of electricity that comes back through the lines and it makes the lights flicker, and we can't get to the bottom of it, but it's not a problem for right now. New lights in this shed. Oh, look at that. It used to just be a tiny wee strip light in the middle and it was dull as anything, so oh, you can't beat these things. 120-degree fan lights, JCC I think the brand is. Sparky just sorted them out, but I think they might be about 60 quid. And we've got a lot of them now actually, between the new shed there, this shed, the fat shed we put them in, a shed down at yard 3 we put them in, and a shed, the grain shed has got them. We've ended up with a lot of those lights, but 2 of them, and like illumination everywhere, no messing. So well worth it. Well worth it when you can see. Anyway, what's been happening? Been at the hens quite a bit recently. Flock went out, I think that was last video. We were just stripping the shed apart. It's now all back together, if that was the last video you watched. Just taking this auger bucket off. Saying that, I might use it again later. Yeah, stripped all the hen sheds, hens went out, cleaned it all down. I actually ended up, gate lady and I and wee Hamish ended up with a fluey, coldy, horrible thing last week, so that wiped us out for a day or 2. You recover a bit more slowly when you're getting terrible sleep because wee Hamish is crying. Hey ho, we're all back in action now. So yeah, doing the hens sheds now pretty much back together with another maybe morning of work to do at the hens, and then we're ready for the hens. They come on Saturday morning at about 7:30. New flock will go in. Harbour were here today putting in feed for them. New hens get from feed then kind of fully mature hen, different protein levels, because obviously when they're young and they're growing they need feed to grow their bodies as well, whereas when they're older they've done all the growing and they just need the feed conversion to produce an egg and stay alive. Hopefully grab a bucket here. We're a bit low on buckets. There's a bigger bucket which is usually here, but it's got the sweeper brush on it along the road getting repaired right now, which is really annoying because the yard is a total mess. I can't look at it. It frustrates me. But the weather's been horrible and we're taking in bales from out in the fields, which is drawing in a load of gutters to the yard, and I've no brush to sweep it all up. So, and to top it all off, someone, well, I don't know the person, but we got planings dropped off yesterday, and it was at night time, and the lorry driver went straight through the flipping grass, and that annoys me so much. And that'll just be like that all flipping winter. Hey ho, what can you do? We've got more planings coming this week and maybe next week, so I'm hoping he doesn't do it again. Scrape out this passage. I've got a wee trick I do here, right? So the wheels right now are both straight. So in this forklift, you chuck it into crab mode, not crab mode, just 2-wheel steer, right? And then put it back to 4-wheel and turn really quickly to the right. There you go. And now the front one should be about straight now, and this one, I've done it the wrong way around. Basically, it's a way of getting your backside to kink out a bit, so the bucket and the forklift are sitting at an angle going down here, because the actual crab steer function, which is all 4 wheels pointing the same direction, doesn't work very well. It doesn't work on any of our JCBs. You eventually just, it's not properly aligned. The crab system on these is, I would class as poor. I'm making a right meal of this. Is it wet where everyone else is in the country right now? Because it's soaking wet here. It was better for the last 2 days, but then today was horrible again. Sleety and miserable. Done that the wrong way again. So everyone's saying to it, hello from Edinburgh, on the soggy winter state. Yep, we're the same. Do you need to get that wall rebuilt? What wall? What wall are you talking about? Missing that Merlot you had for a couple of days. I'm missing the suspended cab the Merlot had. That I did rate that actually, very much so. Right, there we go. That's it. I'll show you now. That wheel's straight, and that one's slightly kinked in the way. So I shouldn't catch the door, which I've done in the past on the steel barrier. It's a bit trickier one-handed. What wall is someone talking about? Have I broken a wall? Is that something else I've broken and not even realised? Hello from cold Norfolk. Norfolk's cold right now. Yeah, here's about, it was 3 degrees a couple of hours ago, so I imagine it's about 1 degree, 2 degrees. I've got an app on my phone that's connected to sensors in the shed and outside the shed that monitors temperature and humidity and all that, so I can see bang on what it is, but I'm using my phone right now. Hello from Hertfordshire. Cold down here with rain forecast. Yeah, it's pretty grim. Snowing here. Hart Hill. Where's Hart Hill? How's Betty? She's still here. She's been a bit of a menace, to be honest. When she comes into heat, she decides to disappear off to the neighbours who happen to have a male dog. So I'm just hoping she's not up the duff, and it's not something we can be dealing with. No time for that. One wee baby Hamish is enough for now. Here's my coos. I'm actually just going to bed them after this, because tomorrow I'm off to Agri-Scott. Anyone else go to Agri-Scott? Going to go head down, see the guys at Soil Essentials. I need to see them for a wee bit. I'll be at their stand at 10 o'clock till 12 o'clock. Need to speak to them about soil sampling as well, because I'm wanting to do a bit more routine soil sampling, and they're going to aid and do all that with us. Try and make use more of soil sample results. And we do a bit just now, but we're not very routine with it. It's just, yeah, we'll do a couple of fields this year. I'd like to get more routine with it. Hart Hill is on the top of the M8 between Edinburgh and Glasgow. Oh, it's not that far away. Been raining in Yorkshire. Yeah, I think it's been raining everywhere today. Anywhere in the country right now that's not raining? Miserable. I'll show you some cattle once I've finished scraping this out. I'll show you my calves from this year, my spring calves. I've still got all the heifers in that shed. All the bullocks went down to yard 3, so I'll show you the heifers, and I'm dead happy with how my calves are looking this year. Really chuffed with them. Looking well, weights are well. I think it's all down to, well, 1, we got on top of the coxswain thing we had previous batch of calves. 2, I got the feeding a lot better when they came in off of weaning time. So got all that right. Maybe didn't quite get bang on the pneumonia vaccinations. COVID passed, I could have done just timing those a little bit better, but all something to improve on. Right, now we're scraped down that bit, now we're going to do the other side, so I'm just going to switch the wheels around. Apologies for lack of videos when we were at the heads and slash being ill. It's pretty boring. You do not really want to watch us power wash a shed all day, are you? Makes for poor viewing. Right, come on, let's scoop this. We've got a big, got a massive big loader tyre off of like a quarry loader, which needs to be cut in half. That's I'm needing some advice. If anyone out there has any experience of or any good ways of taking like a seriously heavy duty tyre, as heavy duty as they get, lots of steel through it, very, very hard wearing, industrial monster of a tyre, I need to cut it. How do I cut it? I've tried a couple of methods so far with mediocre results. I took a chop saw to it, tried a metal blade, which wasn't very good because it's tiny teeth, they gunged up very quick. Problem is the tyre heats up very quick and melts, and then bungs up any form of tooth you've got for cutting. So I tried that with a steel cut blade, and then tried it with a wood blade which has bigger teeth, and that worked better, but it's still too thick. Like the bead is like my hand width, it's massive. I bought some really thin 1.8mm 9-inch grinder discs, so that's my next attempt. Smoky mess. Anyone else got any suggestions, please let me know. The still saw might get ripped out, but I don't know how that would be any better than the 9-inch grinder. This is set up a wee bit better out here. I've got a bit of a bunker. Scrape into it, and then I just go and load it into that trailer behind. I will, once it dries up and things improve, plasma cutter. Is that legit? Could you? Nah, you're not going to get it to arc. There's no way you can get a plasma cutter to arc through. Obviously there is steel in it, but a plasma cutter. Careful with grinder discs. Yeah, I know, that's the grinder discs. Like, I'm going to try it, but it's going to be pretty dodgy. Not ideal. Will bind up and choke. I might have to like get two forklifts either side of the tyre to pull it, so that when I'm cutting it naturally prizes open to create space for the whatever I'm cutting with. It's going to be a bit of a task, but I'll figure it out. It's for making a scraper. Right, there we go, that's that done. Good enough, good enough. Let's just abandon this in here and show you some cattle. Right, let me see this. I really need to know suggestions for this tyre, so I need to sort this out first. Plasma cutter. There's been a couple of suggestions for a plasma cutter. Oxyacetylene torch. Well, maybe. The tricky thing is that I need to get it, so I'll show you this tyre. So imagine this, but a big monstrous huge tyre. It's 6-point-something foot across. So I need to cut it in that orientation first, to cut it into 2 halves. That's an easy cut, ish. And then I need to cut it in that orientation, all the way around, and that one needs to be straight because that's going to be the scraping edge. So that needs to be relatively straight. So the oxy torch, I don't know whether that would work, but it might just be something I have to try. Right, that's scraped out, that looks a bit neater. I'm keen to get the rubber going though, because every time I use the bucket, the steel bucket, you're just making the bite in the concrete less bitey for the cattle to walk on, so smoother and smoother every time. ammonia straw bunkers. I got a message the other day, a few people have been asking to explain the different variations of straw and silage. I will do at some point. I don't think I filmed it. We injected all the wheat bales with ammonia. It breaks down the wheat straw into more digestible fibre and mineral content for these beasts, equivalent of kind of low to medium quality silage. Come on beasts, out you come. My cows are just needing a wee bit of condition. I'd say they're lacking a little bit, so they're getting a bit of barley in the morning for the next, I don't know, month or so till they come up in condition. I've actually still got a few cows outside. Ideally they wouldn't be outside, but they are, I must admit. Right, let's see the fat cattle. What about a hard rubber strip bolted to the edge of the buckets? Yeah, I could do that, but I've got this tyre, and I've got another guy, Stuart, who actually sourced the tyre and was going to do it originally. Then I stupidly suggested I'd figure out how to cut it. So he's making the same. He's got effectively identical shed to me. So I need to cut it for myself and Stuart. Come on, base. Right, let's turn these good lights on. Oh, there's my calves. All my spring heifers there. These are almost all store cattle. Is there one or two still in here from last year's spring? Pigeons, flipping pigeons. I'm getting the gun out soon when I get the chance, and they're getting mullered. Bang, 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 bang. I love a day shooting pigeons. Anyway, these are store cattle. Oh, they're needing flipping bedded as well. This is not a good advert, is it? It's dry enough. It's dry enough. They're not too bad. Oh, look at them. They're in thick. I'm a bit tight on space, but they're doing fine. They're well covered for pneumonia now. Like you can hear, there's no coughing. Noses are up. Oh, there's a wee cough, but pretty much they're nice. They've got over. They had a little kind of kick of pneumonia. Wasn't bad. Nothing went downhill. I jagged a couple of animals just to keep on top of things. Precautionary. That was probably 4 or 5 weeks ago. But they're fine now. They're doing really good actually. Crackers. There's a few limousines in there, so let me over there. Let me at the back there. There's, how many is there? There should be 14 limousine calves in total. They were heifers we bought with a calf at foot up at Thainston. So they're on average a bit older than my calves are. And they're weighing a little bit heavier, although I think the heaviest is actually one of my own. It's an Angus, actually. It's one that looks a bit like that. It could be that one. I think the heaviest of my own will be weighing, could be approaching 500 kilos now. Was it 475 kilos the last time I weighed them? I think so. So, no. Dead chuff for them. Really happy. Growing well, looking well, healthy, eating well, weight gains are good. Can't complain. Can't complain. And the weather's settled now. It is now cold and wet, but it's not like muggy and humid, and they're not sweating. You don't see, like, they're not steaming up. It's when it's muggy and there's steam coming off them, they're dripping in sweat, and you know that when it cools down and they're all sweaty, they're like cold and shivery, and it's not good for them. Whereas cold, dry weather, that's ideal. That is the perfect. I would take that every day of the week. Colder to work in, but I'd rather colder to work in than sleety, muggy. Crackers. Hey beasts. So in general, for our own butchery, we'll pick out these Anguses, pick away at those. Simmentals generally will head to ABP, and same with the limousines, to hit the kind of supermarket market. And for our own butchery, we try and stick to the Anguses, kill it a bit smaller weight, get nicer kind of fat through the meat. And then Simmentals, we just take them big weights. No replacement for displacement when it comes to getting them to the supermarkets. Get them big and you get the value out of them. The Anguses, they're not really fit to go to 730, 750 kilos. The odd one ends up there, but kind of 90% of them just end up short and a bit more plump and rounded. The Anguses, the reason for that is the Anguses mature a bit earlier than the continental breeds, and they start to set fat a bit quicker. So that's why once they get to 600 kilos, 650, they're going to have more fat coverage than the Simmentals. The Simmentals like to go to that 700 mark and then start setting fat from there. Yeah, I love looking at these beasts. You're needing an air rifle for the pigeons. Yeah, I'll get that looked out as well, but shotgun's more entertaining. Nothing quite like going out shooting and crisp shots, both stone dead. And Betty loves it too. How big of a rock is needed to stop the lorries going on the grass? Good one, actually. I'll end up hitting it with the forklift or the pickup. You need what else is happening? Would not keep some of them calves for your own suckler herd. Wouldn't buy as nice. Yeah, I keep going back and forward between keeping my own replacement heifers. I've decided I'm not going to do it again this year. I've not got the space, and you know, the idea of having 100 cows, that was kind of the initial in my head. 100 cows, that'd be great. And then you don't really think about all the followers because we keep everything to finish. So head of cattle on farm right now is probably, I think, about 260. And you don't quite think about that, and it comes to winter time, like, oh my god, I need room for 260 cattle kicking about the place. And then if you go and keep your own replacements, 15 heifers or whatever it is, you need to keep them separately somewhere. So I'm not set up for it this year, so I'm not going to keep any replacement heifers. Getting cold there. I would like to kind of start dabbling that in the future, but at the same time, I don't know whether there's much. I don't think it's like that financially different to buying in heifers. So obviously we're buying a wee bit expensive because it's heifers with calves at foot. We could go stage earlier and buy heifers a bit cheaper. But when we take all our heifers right the way through to finish, you're getting 2,500, 2,700 for them, full fat price, which covers a large chunk of heifers with a calf at foot coming in. So in that way, I don't think there's much between it, but obviously you get to pick and choose exactly what you're keeping. Between your own heifers, I'll basically have 50 to pick from if I'm picking Anguses as well. So you can probably be a bit more picky and choosy, and if it doesn't make the grade, it's fine, it's away, fat. So there's that aspect of it. You also then become more of a closed herd for disease and all that stuff. Other than bulls, you can do everything internally. There's benefits and drawbacks. I don't know. I keep dithering. Right, let's get back in this shed. I better get hurried up, or else gate lady will be shouting down my lug. Where are you? Wee Hamish is crying. What's the plan with whiskey? You should get a cask made up for the wee man and bottle it when he hits 18. That is a good idea, actually. The Hamish cask. Yeah, I've kind of posed the question to Market and Chaffrey. I'm interested. And I am interested. So we'll see where it goes. Whether we make it turn into anything, I don't know, but I'm hopeful. It's a bit more of a long-term investment, isn't it? Because it's 3 years till it turns into whiskey, and realistically, if I want to do it in 3 years' time, and then 4 years, 5 years, and 10 years' time, you have to really start doing it now and putting in quite a bit of investment now, so that in 15 years' time, you've got stuff that is 15 years of aged, rather than just doing one every year and you've only got 3-year-old stuff. I'm also not a massive expert in whiskey at all. Anyway, food for thought. Another wee sideline which just takes a lot of time and planning. Any cattle farming lessons been transferable to parenting yet? Honestly, like the very early stages of pregnancy and baby and all that is like so similar. It's so different yet so similar to the cattle. Like all the issues, whether it's meconium staining or it's C-sections or breached or twins, it's all just like identical but very different, albeit because a wee baby at 4 kilos versus a calf at 40 kilos that can get up and drink within 10 seconds. Very different, but yeah, similar in terms of looking after, very different. The calves don't keep you up so much through the night once they're born and up and drinking. Hamish does. Right, let's just let these cows back out and I'm going to bed 2 pens of cattle and I'm going to go and have my tea. Gin is an easy investment. You don't need the long term before paying off the initial investment. Yeah, you can do gin. It's a bit kind of a saturated market. I don't drink gin. I think the market for it, although whiskey is dropping as well, but I think the gin thing's past its prime and I don't really have interest in making any gin. Yes, initial investment is much less and you have availability immediately. That's why all the new whiskey distilleries that come on board start with a gin, because they can make it instantly and get some cash in the door. Because if to wait 3 years at least till they've got a whiskey product going. Anyway, Bandit beer for now. There's IPA coming. I think it's getting canned on the 24th, which is when? Monday? Something like that. Anyway, it's getting canned very soon, so IPA will be ready. We've got lager, we've got stout. I'm going to do some mixed cases as well, by the way. So mixed cases will be 4 cans of lager, 4 cans of stout, 4 cans of IPA. I'm only going to be able to do like 100 of them because I've only got limited supply of each left. So there'll be 100 mixed cases coming Christmas time. Be quick when they do come if you want them. Otherwise, just go on the website and grab a case of each instead. Then you definitely get your share for Christmas. Anyway, anyone who's going to Agri-Scott, I'll potentially see you there tomorrow. I'll be at Soil Essential stand at 10 o'clock till about 12 o'clock. I'll also probably nip round to ATV services after that, so 1 o'clock ATV services. I'll give a swing by there, see the guys, and I think Tapari are there as well. So I'll swing by and see them at some point. So see you there. Cheers for watching. Any other ideas for cutting up a big rubber tire, please put it in the comments. Would be helpful because I need to do that. Just haven't figured out the optimum way yet. Any more questions? Why do you get new hens? Egg production decreases. Yeah, so we keep our hens right now for 13 months. Larger flocks, you're more looking at like 18 months, but yeah, they start to tail off in production, and then your kind of economies, or whatever you call it, your production versus cost goes downhill and it's more economical to put a new flock in. So yeah, for us 13 months, moving forward more towards 18 months. Does it ship to Republic of Ireland? Not the alcohol. It's a bit of a pain tax wise. Hoodies and stuff, yeah, no problem. It's quite expensive. It's more expensive to ship to the Republic of Ireland than it is America and Australia. Nonsense. Anyway, I'm waffling. Cheerio, I'll see you. I might have a video tomorrow. See how Hamish does tonight.